Check, check. Okay, how are we feeling about this lighting? I know we got this cool artwork in the back. I wonder who drew that. That's like not funny. Like it's not. Okay, but anyway, welcome back to another video from yours truly, Femalio. Let's do our best to ignore these nails. Actually, it's not too bad. I beg to differ. Okay, but today I'm going to be talking about healing the inner child and recognizing, our beliefs and perspectives that root from, our unhealed inner child selves. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to just get right into this. Okay, so as a child, right, the way I like to view, beginning into this world and, as a child, in your youth is like a blank canvas. You start off with a very fresh, pure perspective, right? And then what happens, to a lot of us is something painful or something traumatizing happens, or as we grow up we're taught not the best things as child, and it really impacts our beliefs, the way we perceive the world, which ultimately affects how we manifest, how we create in this world, and how we go about things in this life, right? Now, for a lot of us, with very difficult, just colorful childhood, we do our best to just stifle that, move on from that. That's the past. That ain't got nothing to do with me, or it's just too painful that you don't even want to open yourself up to that. And I sympathize, I empathize, whatever, hey, I'm not a dictionary. Sympathize, empathize, whatever the term is, whatever it is, you understand what I'm saying, okay? I sympathize with those who, have a difficulty opening that wound up again and diving deep into those childhood traumas, because especially if it hurts you so much, I understand. You wouldn't want to just willy-nilly just, say, hey, unhealed inner child, I'm trying to see you. No, so I get why there's a fear to that. But I'm here to tell you now, it serves you zero good pretending like it doesn't exist. Because even if you think, I'm laughing, but it's really not funny. Even if you think that you've moved on from that, I promise you, on an unconscious or a subconscious, like I said, don't quote me, I'm not a dictionary, but you get what I'm saying. On a subconscious, unconscious level, those wounds still affect you today. Yeah. I know you thought you just could just go past them, no healing, no facing needed to be done. Psych! Okay, they are still affecting you today, right? And why? Because, okay, so I'm just gonna give an example of thinking that you don't really need to heal, and childhood belief of yours, and how that would still impact you today. So say as a kid you didn't grow up with that much money, but when you were a child, you didn't really have a problem with this, because children, they just they accept their circumstances for what they are. They usually find joy in whatever they're given, right? But as you grew up, you were constantly taught and told that you were lacking, that your family was in need of money, that you needed money, that money was tight, that you didn't have enough money. So as you continue to mature into this world, that belief that you don't have a lot of money, gets bing into your brain, right? And now you approach life thinking that you are lacking money. That is an unhealed inner child wound because you were taught that as a child, and now you've grown into that wound. And now money is almost like a trigger for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like you need to hold on to money really tightly, or, you know, you feel like you don't have enough money, or you feel like you can't give enough money, or, you know, just the list goes on and on and on and on and on. But see why it's important that you go back and you recognize that you have these wounds. You know what I'm saying? And it can go get even deeper with that, you know? But I'm gonna be like cautious and like expressing all the ways, you know, unhealed inner child wounds can manifest. But I'm pretty sure a lot of us have at least the awareness of what, like, you know, brought us a lot of pain when we were a child, and, you know, how that might have affected, you know, how we perceive and how we believe, you know, things to be. Because you want to get back to that pure state of mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to kill your inner child. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just like say F your inner child, like, you know, bye, like I don't even want to deal with you no more. No. You want to go back to your inner child, because your inner child has so much wisdom about who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? That's like, your inner child is your blank canvas self. It's your pure self. It's your, just like before all the trunks. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny, bro. I promise you. It's not, okay? Listen. Listen. But your inner child is before, you know, before the traumatization. No, that's not a word. But you get what I'm saying. Before, you know, all the trauma happened to you. Your inner child is just that pure, you know, outlook on life, who just found the most joy in the littlest of tasks, you know what I'm saying, who just had so much hope and, you know, faith in the world, and just, you know, had a very optimistic outlook on life, you know. And like I said, something happens to us where, you know, that innocence, that pure optimistic outlook kind of just gets blurred. You know, when we start to think, you know, we can never reach that again. And I mean, it's true. You can never go back to being your childhood self, right? But your inner child is still alive. And, excuse me, most of the time, actually, like, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, all the time, whenever you feel triggered about certain things that kind of just like bring you back to like a painful thing that happened into your childhood, that is really your inner child like knocking on your door, like, hey, I've been here this whole time, like, what's up, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm trying to be set free, but I'm still like unhealed, like, you know, give me some attention, you know. So, you know what you have to do is you have to go back and you have to heal your inner child. And yeah, that is much easier said than done, you know. Healing can be a very exhausting process, because you are like reopening a wound, and, you know, it takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of time to really just like close that out. But I encourage you to do so, you know, because a healed inner child has, like I said, it's that, goes back to that optimistic outlook on life again. And you want to get back there. You know what I'm saying? So take your time, of course. Take your time with healing. You know what I'm saying? And the first step really is recognizing that, you know, you have these wounds. Is realizing that, okay, this is where this comes from. And like, in doing that, what you can, in recognizing, you know, in just taking that first step of recognizing that you have these wounds, you can isolate that belief, you know, and you can almost see it for what it is. Like, you know, say you have a fear of abandonment that roots from childhood, you know what I'm saying? You can zoom, like, you can just isolate that, you know what I'm saying? You can go back and realize, okay, what is this like pain? What is this trigger? What is this block that I have? You know what I'm saying? You can isolate that, zoom in, and then be like, okay, this roots from that. You know what I'm saying? Then you can work towards uprooting that, planting new seeds, so you can have much more riper fruits in your existence, okay? Because listen, I'm pretty sure, you know, a lot of us heard you know, your thoughts manifest your reality, and it's true. So, you know what I'm saying? If you have all these beliefs and thoughts that root from your childhood and you're still creating all that drama, you know what I'm saying? You need to change that, right? Like, you want to change that, okay? So, another thing that, you know, coincides. I told y'all, don't quote me on these words, all right? I'm just speaking. Okay, I'm literally just speaking. But I'm gonna say coincide because it sounds right. Okay? Coincides with inner childhood healing is your parents' relationship, right? Because those are the people that raised you. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that have the closest, like, impact to, you know, your child, right? And I don't know where I found this quote. You know, I've seen this a couple of times, yeah, but it was basically talking about how, you know, sometimes, you know, your parents suck, you know, and they do their best. Like, I just read a book about this, Clap When You Land, by Elizabeth Acevedo. And, you know, at the end of the story, she does like a little author's note. She just talks about how, like, you know, sometimes your parents, they try their best, you know, and it's unfortunate, you know, being born into a family with, you know, being born into a family with, you know, not the best parents, you know what I'm saying? And it might put you in that victim mentality, or you might just want to point the blame on your parents for the rest of your life. Like, you suck, you made me this way, you know? But it's not going to serve you any good, like, pointing a finger. And it's not to say that, you know, your parents shouldn't take accountability for, you know, the child that they raised. It's not saying that, like, you know, just like overlook it, like, you know, who cares? Like, you know, no. What I'm saying is you have to forgive them, and you don't want to hold their weight, their shame, their guilt anymore, you know, because that's just going to hold you back into that traumatized version of your inner child, and you don't want to be there, you know. And understand that, see, this is also like another part of the quote. Let's just pretend this is some quote, but I'm talking about how, you know, seeing your parents as children as well, and that the reason that they treated you the way that they did was because they also, you know, are acting as their unhealed inner child. And in doing that, and seeing it in that way, you know what I'm saying, like raising yourself above to a higher perspective and looking at it from that point of view, really opens the door for forgiveness and seeing your parents in a whole new light, which ultimately will set you free and set your traumatized inner child free as well. You know what I'm saying? You can forgive them, and you can have love for them from afar, from a distance that, you know, is healing to you. Okay. And this is going to be my final point about, you know, the inner child. So this world, this society really can just like take our inner child and just be like, grow up fast now. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to be in that rat race. You know what I'm saying? What your inner child wants, what your inner child needs from you is just, you know, to feel loved, to feel safe, to feel happy. You know what I'm saying? To feel fulfilled, the whole nine, right? And this world is going to push you so fast, you know, and it's going to tell you need to grow up, you need to do this, you need to achieve all this at such a young age, and you feel all this pressure to do, right? I made a video about this, about, you know, it's okay not knowing what to do, because it really is okay. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that goes in with inner child healing, like I'm saying, is, you know, having fun, okay? Slowing down, all right? Your inner child wants you to just slow down. You know, because think about it, when you were a child, right? Every day was something new. It was like, you know what I'm saying? You were just living for the day. You weren't worried about the future. You weren't worried about the past. You know what I'm saying? You just knew, like, you know, life was great. Like, everything's Gucci, like, you know what I'm saying? And yes, you know, as you grow up, you have more responsibilities, you have more things to take care of. It's not like start acting immature, but you don't need to lose that sense of youth, you know what I'm saying, just because you feel pressure to grow up so fast. You get what I'm saying? Like, slow yourself down, okay? You are allowed to have fun. You are allowed to be youthful. You are allowed to be a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you are still God's child. You will always be God's child. And I think I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. You know what I'm saying? Your inner child will always be in you. Okay? So that sense of youth, that youthful spirit that you have, will never die. So don't try and kill it, you know, living in this rat race called life. You know what I'm saying? Pause, step back, you know, bask in the beauty of life without needing to, you know, capitalize it or materialize it, and just allow yourself to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy life. I promise you, your inner child wants you to do that, okay? And you have permission to just have fun, okay? And do things that serve your inner child too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I drew these pictures. But, drawing is fun. Like, that's something that I like to do. So I just took time to draw, you know what I'm saying? I like to cook. That's something that fuels my inner child, you know what I'm saying? I just do things that just bring you joy, that will also just, you know, heal your inner child. Because it's just allowing you to, it's just basically you're just telling yourself, like, I can still be a kid. I can still just have fun and just enjoy myself. Okay, so that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm hoping that, you know, this reached whoever it needed to reach, and, you know, stay blessed as always. But peace. I'm out. Sincerely, yours truly.